a nursery has come under fire for introducing 100% vegan meals for all the children. Some parents are describing the move as madness. The founder of the nursery has defended the criticism, saying the change was made with the children and the planet's future in mind. But furious parents say they weren't consulted about this dietary change and that the menu discriminates against meat-eating children. So what do you think about shepherdless pie, Janet?
What I think about shepherdless pie is that why are vegans mimicking a meat dish? That seems to me weird for starters. Why do vegans want meals like spaghetti bolognese or shepherd's pie made with tofu or something?
Because isn't it just that they miss the taste of
well,
meat?
why don't they
That's what
just
it's trying
eat
to recreate?
Indian cuisine or Italian cuisine, cuisines that use loads of vegetables anyway? But
well, this shepherdless pie that the nursery's going to offer is just lentils, mushrooms and mixed seasonal vegetables, which surely is really good for the kids.
Good for, you know, 1, 2, 3 or 4 days a week. My objection to this is that, in spite of what you read in the papers and the propaganda emanating from vegans every single day, almost as much as probably emanates from their other end of their body, given that diet of lentils, 1.16% of the British population are vegan. That's 1.16. That's 1 and a bit persons in every 100. All right, that number has gone up 4 times in 5 years, but they're not taking over the country, even though you're being brainwashed about it. I just feel sorry for these kids that choice of eating meat or not eating meat has been taken from them.
Hold on a second.
Why can't
I'm
they
going to
meet 1
defend
day a week?
the vegans for a second. Look, I actually believe that if you're running a big nursery or an establishment where you're looking after lots of children, it's going to be very difficult and extremely expensive to be able to feed them the right kinds of meat and the right and the nutritional. I think it's expensive to do that. So actually taking an approach where they go, we're going to cut out the meats and we're just going to give them all the vegetables, all the pulses, all the grains that they need for a healthy life.
They're cutting out fish and eggs.
They're 3, Stacey. They just want a turkey Twizzler. Do you know what I mean?
But is that in their best interest or in ours?
Why should someone else decide that a 4-year-old child can't eat a boiled egg?
Do you think I'm going to let my 4-year-old child decide what they eat? I'm going to tell them what they eat.
But in this
have
instance, though,
choices.
Stacey, the parents apparently, you know, from what we heard, is that I understand if someone wanted to have a plant-based nursery or establishment, parents, and I'm sure there would be many, who would choose to send their children to that place. But apparently this decision was made without consulting the parents. That would annoy me.
Well, they
had
a chat about it. I don't think they didn't take a vote or anything. I mean, I personally think, you know, every parent knows you spend half your life trying to get your kids to eat more vegetables. So if, you know, I think
it's only 1 meal of the day as well. Let's not forget, they're going to have breakfast at home and dinner at home. So if you want them to have loads of meat, you can do it.
And it sounds really good. You've got goulash, curry, teriyaki vegetables.
It sounds amazing, but it's just going to be... I'd be very interested to see the outcome of how many 3-year-olds are eating like that.
Yeah.
I do think that veganism is the way forward, and I do think that, you know, as someone like my husband, whose dad died young of a heart disease, and so he's trying to look after himself as best he can, there is no doubt that a plant-based diet is brilliant.
Yeah, but a vegan diet is not good for a growing child without supplements and without proteins and everything else. And
but
you've got to eat a
vegans say otherwise, though, Janet. They say that we're getting...
do.
Somebody said to me, nobody can be deficient in rotting flesh. And when you put it that way...
But that is the propaganda that they're putting out. All I'm saying is that I think that to pander to a 1.16 minority of the population is madness.
I don't think you're pandering, though. They're just making a choice as a nursery. And at the end of the day, if that's what they want to do as that's
you
their
send your
ethics
kids
at
somewhere
school,
else.
exactly.
But also, from a planetary and from a saving the planet point of view, it does make sense. It says that if everyone stopped eating meat and dairy, global farmland use could be reduced by 75%.
Oh yes, so we can stick solar panels all over it.
I don't see that.
I defend farmers. There are ways to raise meat that protect the planet and do not harm the planet. And I just can't stand the demonisation of the farming industry.
It is much more expensive to come by because processed meat and meat that's farmed in the wrong way is cheaper to buy. So
can I just... obviously, Claire Taylor, she's a manager of the nursery, which is in Chester. She said, I wanted to reduce the nursery's carbon footprint. I feel it's my duty to prepare the children and would be doing them injustice not to protect them in the long run. And this is what she says as well. We're not taking away the children's choice. They can eat meat and dairy outside the nursery if they wish. And I think, again, as all parents, we all know we're stuffing peas into things to try and get them to eat more vegetables. So surely just one meal a day at nursery.
If she wants to save the planet, let her guarantee to me that every lentil, every chickpea and everything else doesn't come in packaging, in plastic and everything else. That's saving the planet.
OK. Well, Public Health England says that parents have to take care when feeding children a vegan diet, so it's all about balance, isn't it, at the end of the day?